Always a buzz in the city when the Bees come to Toronto. They bring the league's best record to Scotiabank Arena. Austin Matthews and the Leafs lead. And they hand Boston its second loss of the year.
Black and gold against blue and white. Let's get it on.
Oh, brilliant from Matt Murray.
And they're going rock'em sock'em robots.
These are playoff style games, and these are the ones you got to find a way to win.
What a beauty. Game tie.
Grizzly scores! The Bruins open up an 11-point lead.
Who wouldn't like to see another playoff series between these two?
Welcome into On the Fly. I'm Sierra Santos. On the eve of the All-Star break, 2 games on the slate. Dave Reed joins me to break it all down. But on the subjects of breaks, maybe this bye week couldn't be any better timed for the Bruins. The Bees travel to Toronto on their first 3-game losing streak of the season. But that doesn't negate their historic first half. Their Wednesday night opponent, we're looking to hand them their 4th straight loss as the Maple Leafs has been surging as of late, earning 6 points in their last 7 contests. Let's check out the highlights from the Bruins and Leafs.
All I hear is this game means more to the Leafs than it does to the Bruins. Well, hang on a second. This is a team, this is a rivalry game. This is a team that's directly below you in the standings, in the division, and you've lost 3 in a row. You got to clean up your game and come to play.
Looked across, and a giveaway there is picked off, and played ahead for Craig Smith. It's a breakaway, Connor Clifton, and another stop by Samsonov.
There's another example of D jumping up. They've been active here early on.
The Leafs 4 through center.
Anderson to Sandin, and Omar stops Engvall.
First it's Pasternak working his way in. Pasternak stopped again. Samsonov with his best of the first period. And the Leafs will get their first power play of the night.
Takes the puck to the end boards. Centers to Coyle. Forward. Scores! The Bruins' first shorthanded goal in 23 games. Forward's second shorty of the year. And the first goal of the night.
Quick lead feed by Samsonov. Murder in. Scores! On an assist by Samsonov, his second of the year. And the Leafs get even.
That's a few times now Samsonov has had the presence of mind to catch a team changing on their penalty kill.
Rissett wide, thanks to Wayne Simmons' partial block. Lindholm to Carlo. He tosses the beanbag. Far post. Brandon Carlo with his first goal in 20 games.
Bunting is upset. He gets knocked down here. He gets a good chance, taking it hard to the net, down by 1. Glove right to the face and knocks it in, and his reaction was immediate. A glove or a stick up to the nose, some blood on the face, and no penalty.
Jacob Lavko, good body position against Engvall. Greer scores! A.J. Greer has 5 goals on the season, and 2 have come against Toronto.
Fourth line buries one and give Lavko great effort here.
Wayne Simmons and A.J. Greer. Simmons connecting with left hooks, and A.J. Greer goes back to the body and hauls him down. Well, A.J. Greer has 2/3 of a Gordie Howe hat trick in about 5 seconds.
Yarncroke centering it past Kerfoot. Back to Hall. Giordano again. Throws it in front. Scores! It's Kelly Yarncroke. And it is a 1-goal game. And Michael Bunting in a dust up behind the Boston net.
You're looking for something to rally upon. And there's a little bit of life on the Leaf bench with that goal.
A lot of talent on the ice. Saka, the shot. Scores! Pavel Saka with the dirt glove side high. And the Bruins move out to a 2-goal lead again. Saka comes all the way through and gets a backhand on Samsonov. Saka finishes for Krejci and Pasternak, and it's 5-2 Boston.
The Bruins snapped their 3-game losing skid on Wednesday with a 5-2 win over the Leafs. Pavel Zacha gets his second multi-goal game of the season, and Charlie Coyle records his 5th multi-point performance of the year as he collects 2 helpers on the night. Let's welcome in Dave Reed to talk Bruins and Maple Leafs. All right, some guys are not such familiar characters that got the job done tonight.
Yes.
What can you say about the unsung heroes?
Well, they really did it for the Boston Bruins. I think some of the stars might have been waiting to go to the All-Star game. But in a game where you had to win, you lost 3 straight, and you really needed your team to step up, it was the young guys. And it's Pavel Zacha, who was a 6th overall pick in 2015 for the New Jersey Devils. His first year with the Boston Bruins. He's really found a home. I like what Jim Montgomery's done. He's put him with 2 other Czechs. And you've got Pasternak, you've got Krejci, and you've got Zach. He scores 2 goals late in this game to really solidify the win. Zacha's fantastic season for the Boston Bruins. He's now got 35 points. That's 1 away from his career high of 36, which he scored last year with the New Jersey Devils. What a fantastic find and a depth player for the Boston Bruins. But he wasn't the only guy who actually stepped up. How about Derek Forbort? Gets his 2nd shorthanded goal of the game to start it off for the Boston Bruins. Guys who don't normally score. We're getting it done. And this is a team that needs scoring from everybody. This goal from A.J. Greer is fantastic. You get the playoffs, you need depth scoring. You need your players to find ways to put the puck in the back of the net. And the Boston Bruins did that in a game against the Toronto Maple Leafs that just happens to put them 13 points ahead of the number 2 place team. And that's the team directly behind them in the Atlantic.
Jim Montgomery also hinting that there might be some fatigue as of late with this squad, and the Bruins, it makes sense because they finished a historically great first half with a win over their closest division rival. They didn't look tired tonight, but at the midway point of the season, how dominant have they been, and is it sustainable in the second half?
It's Boston Bruins. You can say absolutely you think it could be the way that they've been playing. Why can't they continue to do this? They've done it all season long. They're going to come into their break. They can refresh. These are crazy numbers. They've lost 7 games in regulation. They've lost 1 regulation game at home. That was to Seattle. The points percentage, the goals per game is just under 4. Goals against has been stellar. They're top 10 in the power play at 6, and they're first on the penalty kill. And they're getting it done, like I said, throughout their lineup, top to bottom. They are, look at the points in the Atlantic. They can take 2 weeks off, and they're probably still not going to get caught if they don't play a game and the Maple Leafs continue to play or the Lightning continue to win. And they're ahead of the Hurricanes as well, very comfortably. And so this is a team that, yes, I think they can continue to do it. The key is, are they going to be able to add come trade deadline? And are they going to be able to carry this? And you don't want to exhaust yourself by having a record-breaking regular season and exhaust yourself by getting the President's Trophy and then fizzle out in the playoffs. I think the Bruins can continue this. They didn't look tired to me against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
Montgomery might think it, but I didn't think so.
An amazing regular season means nothing if you don't do anything in the playoffs. And there goes my earring. Bad news for the Golden Knights on Wednesday. The team announced captain Mark Stone underwent successful back surgery on Tuesday and expected to make a full recovery. He will be out of the lineup indefinitely. However, Dave, what is the impact on a Vegas club in the midst of a tough playoff race?
This is a huge loss. You got to remember, Mark Stone had back surgery in the offseason, which it's bad enough to have 1 back surgery in your career, but now to have a second back surgery within about 6 months is terrible. I mean, the morale of the team is just going to drop. He's the captain of your team. He does it all for this team. He's got energy. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. He scores goals like Alex Ovechkin. The reaction, not the amount, the reaction. He's as excited when he scores. It's like his first ever goal, and it could be his 100th career goal. And he's excited for the rest of his team. He is the captain for a reason, and the team has really struggled without him. How about that 1 win in 8 games? And you can tell the impact for goals. 2 goals, 4. Look at the power play, 6.3 on the power play. He also is always up there with steals, with turnovers and takeaways. He is one of the most unheralded stars in this game, and he is a huge loss for the Vegas Golden Knights and a team that is battling in the Pacific. That is a close race, and to not be able to have your captain for probably the remainder of the season is going to be terrible. Yeah, it's, oh, well, they've got LTIR. Well, you know what? You lose your captain, you're not concerned about how much space you're going to be able to go find another player and come in and help you in the playoff run. You need Mark Stone in your lineup, and that's what, unfortunately for Vegas, we're not going to see him for a while.
1-5-2 is not a healthy record without your star. All right, well, the Canes are surging after a come-from-behind win over LA on Tuesday night. They put their win streak and Sebastian Aho's goal streak on the line in Buffalo. That's next. Welcome back to On the Fly. Let's get you out to Buffalo for the Sabres and Hurricanes.
Halfway through this Canes power play, Teravainen playing catch with Svechnikov. In the slot, turn to shoot, lost the puck, came to Teravainen, backdoor tap in, and they score, and it's Sebastian Aho. 1-0 Carolina power play goal from Aho, his 6th straight game with a goal.
But this puck movement by the Carolina Hurricanes, Sharper's attack.
Here come the Canes again, 3-on-1 this time. A chance for Natchez in front, and they score! Natchez sets up Nason, and it is a 2-0 lead for Carolina.
An off and running Lou, boy oh boy. Just a slam dunk right there by Nason.
Regains control, fed it out for Chatfield. That one slowed up in front of pass, and they score! Cook and Niemi, what a look that was to set up a wide open Brent Burns, and it's now 3-0 Hurricanes.
Well, look at that pass by Cook and Niemi as Burns just drops down, and it's another tap in for the Hurricanes, 3-0.
Well, Don Granato used that commercial timeout as his timeout as expected, and he had the full attention of his squad.
There's one back from Alex Tuck. He goes over the glove of Ronta, and Buffalo's on the board. As Buffalo, out of that commercial break, gets one a minute and 58 after going down 3. Flexen just shoves it down the board to hit Thompson, drop to his skates. He plays it with the stick. Rough ride from Chatfield, will hit him to the wall.
Chatfield's left arm stick just gets lodged in the big midsection there.
And pointing to his back area. And
let's give it some hot ointment. Not too far down.
A little bit of heat, and he's good to go out here for the power play.
And then we saw Tage Thompson go slowly to the dressing room after period number 2. He has not come out to the bench for Buffalo here to start period number 3.
42.7% of all games. At one point or another during a game.
Alone in front, and they score! Derek Stepan off the turnover, and it's 4-1 Carolina.
And oh, what a backhand pass that was, Shane. Oh, wow.
And the Carolina Hurricanes hit the All-Star break with 7 straight wins as they beat the Buffalo Sabres 5-1 tonight.
Carolina keeps on rolling. The 5-1 win over the Sabres on Wednesday is their 7th straight victory. Sebastian Aho scores in his 6th consecutive game, tying a career high, while Martin Necas extends his point streak to 5 contests by collecting his 100th career assist. Back with Dave to talk about the Hurricanes, all about streaks for Carolina, 7 wins in a row, thanks to their stars keeping their own point streaks going.
It's remarkable. We talk about Sebastian Aho game in and game out. Well, guess who got the game winner last night when they scored 3 to come back against Los Angeles in the 3rd, and overtime the game winner, Sebastian Aho, to keep his streak alive at 5 games. So who starts this game off against Buffalo on the power play? Sebastian Aho, his 9th goal in a 6 goal per game goal scoring streak, or 6th game in a row. I will say it eventually. This is remarkable how well Sebastian Aho is playing. He's just moving along so smoothly. On the back end, we can't just forget about Brent Burns. Sebastian Aho up front's doing great. Brent Burns has got a 7-game point streak, 4 goals and 4 assists. What a fantastic addition he has been to this team. And this team is so loaded. They're so smooth. They're so fast. They're so skilled. You've got Aho up front on a roll. The team has won 7 in a row. Brent Burns leads the charge for the Carolina Hurricanes on the back end. This team, with 34 goals, lead the National Hockey League in goals from defensemen. Why is this important? Because defensemen are the 4th forward jumping up in a rush all the time. When you can get offense from your defensemen, that allows the 3rd and 4th line forwards, who may not contribute as much offense, to kind of take a breather. When you hit the playoffs and you've got scoring from all parts of your lineup, there's a reason that Carolina is this good. They do it from top to bottom, all 4 lines, and their defense is being tremendous. They are sitting lovely in the Metropolitan Division right now. They've got a huge lead over the Devils. 9 regulation losses. We talk about the Boston Bruins with 7. Excuse me, Carolina's only got 9 regulation losses. Another fantastic season.
Well, Sabres take that 5-1 loss. I was going to ask you if you're a believer. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's all you need to say.
Tage Thompson comes back, but yes, I am.
That's it. All right,
like
the All-Star break is officially here, but before we head to South Florida, we take a look back at the best moments from the first half of the season.
A long journey that ends the National Hockey League season begins tonight.
Let's go! The defending Stanley Cup champion raised the banner following the 3rd title in franchise history.
What's up, Toronto?
Welcome, Johnny Monroe! Number 5 for Thompson.
Monster hit.
The linesman shoving, bunting off the ice. Mason with some sorcery. Jack Eichel giving it to the crowd.
That's the best hit we've seen all year.
Goodness. One goal. Sidney Crosby. What a snipe. Another otherworldly save from Akira Schmid.
Recognizing the new NHL Ironman, Phil Kessel.
One of the prettier goals you are going to see this season.
Spectacular shot. Oh, look out. Kyle Connor with the hat-trick goal. Oh, mercy, Piotr. A huge save for the game.
And Steven Stamkos has done it. 1,000 points.
Holy cow, the Reeves is in beast mode tonight. This is the type of stuff that it brings guys together. 23 consecutive games for Mitch Marner. And the Beavs about to go celebrating. The fans going to give Bruce a little more love. Kevin Fiala lights the lamp in overtime. 802.
Alex Ovechkin has overtaken Mr. Hockey. One great hill left to climb.
Fenway Park is hallowed ground, a shrine to sport. Today, the Winter Classic returns to America's most beloved ballpark. The Bruins hang on and defeat the Penguins 2-1.
Steven Stamkos with goal number 500. Driving to the net.
There is no debate to be had. The MVP is Connor freaking McDavid.
Time now for the Fastest 5, presented by Fastenal. We are looking back at the top 5 moments of this first half of this NHL season. Dave, take it away with your number 5. I know this list was not easy for you to put together either.
Well, it's a very interesting list, and it isn't, because there are a lot of great moments in the National Hockey League. There always are. But when you set records and there are milestones that you achieve, we've got to have a look at some of them. We're starting at number 5 with Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel is the Iron Man of the National Hockey League, and his streak is still going along. Consecutive games played. He's up to 1,032, but he broke it October 25th at 990. He passed Keith Yandel, who had 989. Phil Kessel just keeps on getting it done. We're moving along to number 4, and this is a streak not quite as long as Phil Kessel's, but a 23-game point streak for Mitch Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And why I think this is so important is that he is playing an original 6 team. He broke Hall of Famer Daryl Sittler's Leaf record at 23 straight games with a point. He had 32 points. And let's move along to number 3. Tage Thompson scores 5 goals in a game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. He had 4 in the first period. I remember this game. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna get 6. He might get 8. He might set all sorts of records. But when you get 5, that is a monumental task for a monumental player with the Buffalo Sabres. Number 2. We talked about Tage Thompson scoring 5 in a game. How about scoring 500 in a career? Steven Stamkos scored 3 against the Vancouver Canucks. His first was number 500. He became the 47th player in the history of the National Hockey League to score 500 goals. Put that along with 1,000 points and a couple of Stanley Cups. And I would say you have got yourself a Hall of Famer in Steven Stamkos. Number 1, this has to be number 1. Another goal scorer, Alexander Ovechkin, ties and passes Gordie Howe for number 2 all-time on the most goals scored in the National Hockey League. 802 for Ovi. Congratulations, Ovi. This is absolutely incredible. Sarah, in a couple of years, we're going to be standing here saying what's the biggest moment of the National Hockey League. It's going to be when Alexander Ovechkin gets 895, and I think he's going to get there eventually. He just keeps rolling along. So it's been a lot of fun at the start of this, I would say, the first half of the season, and those are 5 pretty special moments.
82 goals, though. That's a lot of ground to make up, Reader.
He's got a couple of years.
Yeah.
40 a year. It's only 2 years.
Okay.
He's still got lots of games left. He's got another 28 games left or so.
Easy. He'll totally get it done. I'm with you.
He'll pass
All right.
Gretz.
All right, coming up, we start our celebration of Black History Month with a look back at the accomplishments of Stanley Cup champion and 4-time All-Star Dustin Byfuglien. That is coming up next. Here's a reminder that All-Star festivities will get underway Thursday in South Florida with Media Day coverage right here on NHL Network. The skills competition will take place Friday night before the main event Saturday afternoon on ABC. With Black History Month starting on Wednesday, we at NHL Network decided to connect the celebration with the upcoming All-Star break by highlighting some of the great Black hockey players who performed and appeared in one of the league's jewel events. To kick us off, we begin with 4-time All-Star Dustin Byfuglien.
Number 33, defenseman, Dustin Byfuglien.
The strongest man in the National Hockey League. Looking forward to watching him shoot that puck. I've gotten hit by this guy's slap shot before, and it almost took my leg off, and he really leaned into this one. Look at the bend in that stick.
A little too forward for Dustin Byfuglien.
So much faster than that shot registered right there. That was a bomb.
The old combination of Dustin Byfuglien coming in. That game with a perfect backhand shot.
Dustin Byfuglien has scored the 4th goal, and the deficit is 3.
And he finds the man known as Big Buff, Dustin Byfuglien. He goes right under the bar and in.
And that was a thing of beauty from Dustin Byfuglien.
Time now for the 3 stars of the night. Our 3rd star of the night is Brent Burns, who scored in Carolina's 5-1 win to extend his point streak to 7 games. Our 2nd star is Sebastian Aho, who scored in his 6th straight game. He now has 9 goals in his last 6 contests. And the 1st star is Pavel Zacha, who scored 2 goals in the Bruins' 5-2 win over the Maple Leafs. That'll do it for this edition of On the Fly. I'm Sierra Santos. Until next time, take it easy. Here is the best from the first day of February around the NHL.
Final game before the All-Star break. Scores!
Look at that quick little wrister.
I mean, that's got to be pretty tough to defend against. And off and running Lou, boy, oh boy. Just a slam dunk right there.
What a look that was. Oh, here we go.
No hesitation. The gloves for both came off.
The crowd is into it tonight. The game is on. The shot